Hey everybody, it's Mark back with another video. It's been a while since I've had a video out there, and it's actually been officially a little over 6 months since I've had the car, and I kind of want to do like a happy anniversary slash like 6 month review of the car. I know it's a 2017, it's a Gen 2 S550, but it turns out, let me get it turns out that Gen 2 is the way to go. From everything I've heard online, from tuners to builders, because it doesn't have direct injection, it doesn't have all that extra stuff. Not knocking the 18s to 23s or the new 2024s. I'm not knocking it what anybody has like at all. But they say the Gen 2 is the least of all, like when it comes to headaches. They all need, like if you boost them, they all end up needing like oil pump gears. That's like prerequisite. Crank sprocket, sprocket, oil pump gears, something like that. If you're gonna do boost, because the gears they use, the pump gears, I've seen a video of a guy just dropping them and they just shatter. I can't believe Ford has some of the stuff they have in this car. Like the shifter assembly that Ford uses, it's okay. They've actually made it a lot better over the years. Like if you get in a 2022 Mustang or a 2023 or even the new 2024s, the MT82 has been improved over the years. They've made improvement every couple of generations. They do it with the motor, they do it with the transmissions too. So it's gotten to where the MT82 is really not that bad. Mine's clunky and dumpy, like they say they are. Yeah, let me put my seatbelt on. We'll go for a quick cruise. But it's been great, man. Like, I love having a manual. A lot of people questioned me at first. They were like, man, I don't know about manual driving back and forth. Well, it's still only a weekend car. I did take it back and forth to work for like a month straight. There was a period during the winter where the Nissan wasn't running right, and I had no choice but to bring the Mustang in. But yeah, I mean, daily the car, it was fine. Shifting it, it's fine. It's sometimes after the car heats up, the transmission, it's weird. The transmission feels like it smooths out, but I'm starting to believe what people say about the factory clutch line, that goes from the master cylinder, the brake booster master cylinder. That clutch line, the stock one, they say it swells up because it's kind of close to the headers coming off the motor. So they say it swells up after, being in it for like an hour or two. And there is times where I'm sitting at a light and I'm in neutral and I go push the clutch in and I go to slide it into first and don't. I feel that the don't. But as far as getting locked out, I've never been locked out of a gear. I've taken this thing I've taken it to 7,500 RPM. I didn't actually even mean to, but like I was like running with some dude and I went a little bit too far, but it took it right in the third gear. You know what I mean? It was a 2-3 shift. The car's a whole nother animal. Let's do this now. When you take advanced track off, people who know that you got to take, you got to hold traction control in and your foot on the brake for 7 seconds, and advanced track goes off, and that takes all the stability track off. See, it just dumped just now. I don't know if it'll pick it up on there, but going into first gear, it's definitely a dumpy, clunky feeling transmission. It's not super smooth, but it's nowhere near as bad as what we used to use like back in the 90s. You know what I mean? When I first started driving, it's notchy at times, just like they say. But I mean, the car just rips, man. Like, if you're going through the gears, it's fine. It's sometimes when you go to downshift from a gear, that's when you'll have a little bit of an issue, because of it's a combination of things. It's the shifter housing assembly itself isn't the best. If you're gonna like race your car and you got a manual, everybody kind of knows you got to go with a an aftermarket shifter. But the stock one's not that bad. When I first started doing videos on it, I used to beat it up a lot, but it's not that bad. They say to do synchro shift 2 and change out to a McLeod Brady clutch line. I don't know if it's picking that up, but I'm not even getting on it. That's like half the gas pedal. There's no rev matching in the car, but because I can drive a manual, I have no problem doing it myself. But yeah, the car is great, man. She rips. It's got 255s up front, 275s in the back. It's 2017 again. I bought it with 9,000 miles on it. I now have 11,535 miles on it. So I've put just about 2,600 miles on it in 6 months, which really isn't a lot. I keep it car covered mostly, parked in the driveway. There's times where I won't drive the car for 2 weeks because the weather's bad. But I love this thing, man. It's just so fun. It's been great. I really did get lucky with this. I found this car with 8,909 miles on it when I first test drove it. When I finally pulled off the lot with it, that's a whole big story, but when I finally pulled off the lot with it, it had what was it, like 9,000 miles on it basically when I finally pulled off the lot. But yeah, man, this car's great. She rips. The thing pulls so hard. It's not the fastest car out there, but for bang for the buck, you can't beat an S550 Mustang right now. Bang for buck. Especially the Gen 2s, because you don't have direct injection. You don't have to worry about deleting the direct injection and all that. Because most of the time the tuners want to get rid of that. That's 16 injectors you have to deal with. I'm not knocking them. Don't misunderstand me, but I am glad I'm in the Gen 2. It's supposedly like 30, 40 horsepower less than a Gen 3. I don't think it's that much. I really think it's like within 25 horsepower of the Gen 3. But especially the 18 and 19 Gen 3s. So, but no, man, it's been great. This car has been phenomenal. I love having a back seat. I love having the WeatherTech on the floors for the protecting of the carpets and all that. It's just been phenomenal. The car's awesome. It's so fun to drive. Having a manual, it's made me feel like 19 again every time I take the thing out for a ride. And it's spec'd out just how I would expect it. It's a base with the performance pack. Performance pack means 73 rear, means beefed up rear sway bar. It means like you got the strut tower braces. You have all the meat and potatoes. What's important for that year and model anyway. Make and model. Anyway, I'm going to end there. This car's a blast. I'm going to go have a little fun off camera now. Take care of you guys. But seriously, go right now. They're low. They're really cheap. They're getting cheap because the 2024s just came out. So you can go get an S550 for not that much. So take care and have fun.